Hey guys, Shiran here, coming to you with another reaction video. I'm gonna tell you that what we're gonna watch is not this guy's all the way through the video. What we're gonna watch is a clip of what this guy has, because I tried to find the video itself, but I couldn't find it. But I'm gonna use this guy's um, video to watch the video I'm trying to watch, trying to show you and trying to react to you. And thanks to Mr. Reagan for this video. Thank you, Mr. Reagan. So let's get into the video. Thank you. And we are watching. We're gonna learn about what Mark Elias, which is who. If you don't know who Mark Elias is, he's what I would call him the Democratic fixer. He would fix elections. He would fix gender gerrymandering. He's the fixer that the Democrats go to, and he also is Hillary Clinton's lawyer, which he used, and he also worked for the Hillary Clinton um, law firm Perkins Coie. So the most famous and most notorious lawyer for the Democrats is Mark Elias. So we're gonna see, and he tweeted out of what the reason why the FBI raided Donald Trump's apartment. I mean, Mar-a-Lago. So we're gonna see what his theory is, and you're gonna learn how this guy's mind works. He's not a constitutionalist, but he does a lot of fixing for Democrats when it comes to elections and other situations that he does. But mainly right now he's focusing on the elections because that's what the Democrats have him doing. He wants Democrats want him to fix every election bill that Republican states implemented after the 2020 election, and also so on and so forth, any other election. So, because Republicans decided to institute very harsh, not harsh, but very stringent, very strong election laws, so that they can build confidence for their voters. That's why they did it. But that's for another video. So let's get into this, guys. Thank you, Mr. Reagan, for the video. And let's make this full screen. And
Kudlow. Greg Jarrett was on there, and Larry Kudlow mentioned an interesting tweet from Mark Elias.
A Democratic lawyer, at least one, this guy Mark Elias, thinks that this kind of thing would disqualify Trump from running for president. And I think, look, Greg, I think all these actions are attempts to disqualify Trump for running for president. What you think?
Elias points to the federal code section 2071, which says, oh, you can be disqualified if you're convicted of stealing documents. It applies to everybody except the president because Congress cannot alter the Constitution absent an amendment. Right. So Elias is wrong, as he consistently is.
all right,
The
let me give you a
president,
theory
because
of why he
Congress
said
cannot
this.
alter one which says, oh,
Actions are
Okay, this is my theory of why Mark Elias brought up that thing. Where, okay, you look at the impeachment. If they got rid of Trump prior to his leaving the White House and going into Mar-a-Lago, into Florida, that would assume that he lost. He is no longer president. And at that time, if he started taking documents while he left as president, I mean, after or whenever he got impeached, or if he got, well, he can take, once he is impeached, he has to leave the White House right there and then. Even if they already implemented Joe Biden, Joe Biden has to wait, and the president elect still has to wait till January 20th, which is that's the actual inauguration day. Um, so he has to get sworn in, and he has to be sworn in by, I think, either 1 or 12, 12 p.m. or 1 p.m., and he has to be sworn in by that time. So he can't. Joe Biden can't just assume office. It'll go back down to Mike Pence. So Mike Pence will be president at that time. So they assume that if they can impeach him through the January 6th committee, then he automatically loses his president status, which at that time, January 6th, Um, he can lose his presidency, and since he took documents out of the White House, I mean, he took documents to Mar-a-Lago, boxes of documents, classified or declassified. He took them to Mar-a-Lago, and then Mark Elias is thinking that, hey, if he's no longer president, um, why can't, since he's no longer president, he can just he can't take whatever he wants anymore. Like at that time, he wouldn't be president. The time he took the documents, he would have been president. He believes that if they impeach him, and if they impeach him, some it's weird way of thinking. Weird way of thinking for Mark Elias. It's a weird way to try to stop him from ever, or try to prevent him from ever, Trump ever running again. So it's a weird way of thinking. He thinks that since he has documents, the thing is he took documents, but he was still president. He left the White House prior to Joe Biden being president. So whatever he took, he was still president at the time, and he could declassify. He's the most powerful person to declassify any document, no matter what the FBI says, no matter what the CIA says. He is the most important person that he can declassify everything, from the JFK files to the everything, to the 9/11, what's going on there, everything he can declassify. CIA, the FBI, the three-letter agencies cannot say anything about it, because that's also a power the president has. Every president has that power.
Attempts to disqualify Trump for running for president. What you think?
Elias points to the federal code section 2071, which says, oh, you can be disqualified if you're convicted of stealing documents. It applies to everybody except the president, because Congress cannot alter the Constitution absent an amendment.
Right.
The thing is, the president, in any former president, can receive classified documents. Every president has to. It's a law that they can receive it, so that they can go put their 2 cents into the current president. Like if the current president asked Donald Trump, "Hey, what's your thing on that?" and he'll be like, what's going on?" He wouldn't know. So that's why they get classified information. Every president has to get classified information, no matter who it is, no matter if you like the president or not. They get the classified information, because so they can get their 2 cents into the current administration, and then the current administration can do whatever. If they can get ask previous presidents, or previous presidents, what they would do. So at the time, he could take the document. At right now, he can't take documents. He can receive documents that are classified, and that's what the FBI doesn't want him to do, or the CIA, or the permanent political class, the deep state, the globalist doesn't want him to have, is classified information, even though he has a right to get that information. So if they can imprison him through the January 6th committee, which through Merrick Garland, he will lose that status. He'll be sent to federal prison, and he won't have any classified information. So that's one reason why they want to get rid of President Trump. He can't have what they know.
So Elias is wrong, is he?
And the CIA can't hide everything. The CIA, the FBI, the three-letter agencies cannot prevent him from seeing classified documents.
Consistently is.
Yes.
Now, Greg Jarrett dismissed
Cannot one which says
These actions. Guy Mark
thing that I heard on the Fox Business show, Kudlow. Greg Jarrett was on there, and Larry Kudlow mentioned an interesting tweet from Mark Elias.
A Democratic lawyer, at least one, this guy Mark Elias, thinks that this kind of thing would disqualify Trump from running for president. And I think, look, Greg, I think all these actions are.
Wherever Mark Elias is, you should watch. Pay attention. He is the Democratic fixer. He's a globalist, Democratic fixer, especially on elections. Everybody knows Mark Elias. Everybody recognizes Mark Elias. Pay attention to what he does. Watch every step Mark Elias does. Because he got his. That's when you know he got that. That's what the Democrats want him to do.
Our attempts to disqualify Trump for running for president. What you think?
Elias points to the federal code section 2071, which says, oh, you can be disqualified if you're convicted of stealing documents. It applies to everybody except the president.
But because the FBI can say, this is the thing. Greg Jarrett is right, except for the president, because president is the ultimate declassifier. But if we follow the FBI and also other police departments, this is our number one police department, which is the FBI. They can just say, "Hey, Donald Trump had these documents, but he had them after he got he left office, so he can't take that with him. He's not president, and he can't declassify anymore since he's not president. He can see classified information, but he can't take or make classified information. So he took these, and he took them after he was president, so they can say, okay, that's one way. That's one way he thinks. Like the FBI can say that, oh, Donald Trump took these after he was president, so he's not supposed to do that. So that's one way they can say that rule applies. We never heard of this that section code. What was it again, Greg Jarrett?
Code section 2071, which says, oh, you can be.
Okay, that one. That one. We never heard of that. We never heard of the Logan Act. We never heard of the National Archives Act. We have never heard of these minuscule laws, these minuscule federal laws, until Donald Trump and his administration, until Michael Flynn, until Donald Trump. We haven't heard of these little minuscule laws until we heard them under Donald Trump. Everybody has, I bet you everybody will be under the Logan Act. Everybody will be under the Logan Act if it was implemented, if people want to implement it. If they were just talking to foreign people, that's what they want to use the Logan Act when it came to Michael Flynn. The Logan Act. He talked to the Russian ambassador. That's the Logan Act. National Archives. Oh, the National Archives needs your document. There's documents that the National Archives needs, like your letter from Kim Jong Un. Oh, you need that? Why don't you talk to me about that? National Archives, the National Archives Act. Anything, any minuscule thing, anything, make it seem like it's a federal crime.
Be disqualified if you're convicted of stealing documents. It applies to everybody except the president because Congress cannot alter the Constitution absent an amendment.
Right.
So Elias is wrong, as he consistently is.
Yes.
Now, Greg Jarrett dismissed.
I believe that the Democrat Party wants to get rid of the Constitution. The Constitution to them is toilet paper, especially the permanent class, the permanent deep state, the people that never change, the three letter agencies, the globalists. They don't like the Constitution. That's why every country needs a contract with their government. And that is our contract with our government. These are the rights that you cannot infringe on. These are the rights that you can't do. This is your limiter. This is your limiter. This limits your power. And every country needs a Bill of Rights. Every country needs a contract with their government. and the people. But when any form of government comes an end, it is the right of the people to throw off such government and provide new guards for future security. That is in the Declaration of Independence. But when a long trail of abuses and usurpations and visions are designed under absolute despotism, it is our right, it is our duty to throw out such government and to provide new guards for future security. It is our right if we don't like the government, if the government is not of, by, and for the people, it is our right to throw off such government and provide new guards for future security. Thank you guys for watching. Hope to see you in the next video. Please hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, hit the bell, and I'll see you next time, guys. I just wanted to show you who is Mark Elias. He's the Democratic fixer. Watch every movement. Wherever this guy is screams danger. Wherever Mark Elias is, screams danger. Peace out, guys.